Hey everyone, this is Anna Finch from Finch Press Publishing. Now, today's video has nothing to do with BookTube. This is about the bushfire crisis in Australia. Now, if you've watched my other videos, you know that I live in Australia. Now, I thought I would do a video about this because there are so many people that need help and support right now, especially considering that there are fires in every single state in Australia. There are, in New South Wales alone, 130 plus fires in one state. Some are assumed to have been deliberately lit, and these people who have done that should rot in jail because the people have lost their homes, their businesses, their family, their friends in some cases. We have been extremely lucky that the death toll hasn't reached as high as it did with the Black Saturday fires in Victoria like 10 years ago. Honestly, I think that the people overseas care more about what's happening to my country than what the Prime Minister does. Our Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, went on holiday when our country was burning. And before people say, oh, he planned it for a while, he had enough money to come back, to cancel his trip early. To make matters worse, he reduced funding for the rural fire service or for the volunteer fire services. He reduced funding. So we've got fireys working their asses off, trying to save homes and lives, and they're doing it with minimal funding, with less funding than they deserve because of our government. Celebrities, people who don't live in Australia, have done more for the people in Australia than he has. He went on holiday when our country was burning, and he claimed that the fires were the state's responsibility. Well, he's the one in charge of the military. He makes the decisions, not the states. And he basically put the blame on the states. If they gave the powers to the states to ask the military for help and actually directly get the help from the military, rather than waiting for that, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. The fires in Australia, according to some news reports, can be seen from space. From space. You can see the fires from space. If that doesn't tell you how bad it is, how about this? More than 1,000 homes have been destroyed, 20 people dead, others missing, presumed dead, and the fires are still going. There are fires that are completely out of control and they can't be contained. 12.35 million acres, or 4.9 million hectares is destroyed. That is triple the amount of the California wildfires in 2018, or 6 times that of the Amazon fires last year. That amount of area is basically the equivalent of half of England burning, gone. This includes habitats for native wildlife, it includes homes, entire communities. And here's the thing, it's only thanks to our firefighters that the death toll hasn't been higher, and they've been working with little support from the federal government. And it's wrong. What our federal government is doing, it's wrong. Daniel Andrews is the Premier for Victoria. He's been doing more than Scott Morrison has. Just to give you an idea of how bad the fires are, I actually read a report last night that the smoke from our fires have actually reached parts of New Zealand. And what pisses me off even more is the fact when I turn on the TV and I continue hearing reports with Scott Morrison's face on them, I look at him and I can tell that he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care that his country is burning. He doesn't care that people have lost their homes, that people have lost their families. He is completely false in any empathy. He's lacking empathy for the people who are suffering. He turned his back on a pregnant woman who was practically begging for help after he had basically grabbed her hand, despite her not wanting to shake his hand. He turned away. She was asking for help. She wasn't yelling at him. She wasn't being rude. She was genuinely asking for help. Strangers, celebrities from overseas, people who have no connection to Australia, are doing more to help our country than you are. And shame on you. Shame on you, Scott Morrison. You are elected to represent us. So how about you do us all a favour? Either you resign or you actually start doing your damn job. Because this is not good enough. In the end title for this video, I've put a list of websites. I will also link to them down below. You can donate to a whole range of places. Celeste Barber has a Facebook page that is accepting donations for the New South Wales Rural Fire Service. The CFA, for the Victorian Bushfire Relief, they have 2 sites. They've got the Bushfire Appeal site, which is donations directly for the families and people that have been displaced as a result of these fires. This is directly to support them. The CFA also accepts donations in order to help our volunteer firefighters. The New South Wales Rural Fire Service, the RFS, also accepts donations on their site. The CFS, which is the Country Fire Services for South Australia, has a site where you can donate as well for those who are in South Australia. The Queensland Rural Fire Brigade, RFBAQ, has a site where you can donate directly to the fire brigades who are working to keep you safe in Queensland. The site GIVIT, GIVIT, has a site where you can donate both items such as clothing, food, as well as money to help support the people in need. Salvation Army, Vinnie's, Red Cross are all accepting donations. There's also a site, Wires, I believe it's a Facebook site that is also accepting donations to help support the animals that are injured and need help as well. There are over 1 billion animals dead, severely injured, that they will die with a lack of food and water and displaced. Give whatever you can to support these people in need. Any amount can help. For those who have already donated, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for helping our people. Thank you for supporting our firefighters, people who are fighting on the front line for. Thank you for every bit of support to the firefighters. Thank you for all that you're doing for all of us and keeping our communities safe and our people safe. You deserve better than what you've been given by our government. Scott Morrison, you don't deserve to be Prime Minister, not if you act like this. Either actually show real leadership qualities, actual empathy for the people whose lives have been ruined as a result of your inactions. Either you act as a leader or get the hell out. Thank you.